Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video. It's a bit of a hot topic, a bit of a hot subject this week, and that's why I find myself here. This week's video is all about this. In a recent update, Photoshop added a brand new feature to their arsenal. It's called Sky Replacement. Just another one of those many features that photographers are likely to ignore. But the burning question is, should we ignore this fantastic feature? Do me a favor, listen to the debate all the way through, then have your say in the comments section below. So obviously it's a hot topic, but the only way we can have a fair and valued discussion is not for you guys to listen to my opinion. We need to bring somebody else along into this discussion. So we're going to have a red corner and we're going to have a blue corner. In the red corner, you're going to have me, and I'm going to argue in favor of swapping skies. So I'm in the red corner. In the blue corner, I'd like to introduce my very good pal and fellow photographer, fellow YouTube vlogger, Mally. If you've never heard of Mally, by the way, I'll leave all his information down below. Go and check him out, because one thing I do like about Mally, he is such an honest guy. He says it exactly as it is. So that's the reason why I think that this video will be fair, as in there's two sides of the coin here. I'm in the red corner and introducing Mally to my right hand side in the blue corner, who thinks that we should definitely not change skies. Yes, this is true. Right, so let me kick it off then. Let me kick it off, Mally. I want to kick it off.
Go on, convince me.
Right, I'm going to, well, let's go back and forth with this, but I'm going to convince you with one thing to begin with. My ace up my sleeve. Mally, it's 2021. We're not documentary photographers.
Yeah, but it's photography, and it's about a connection to the landscape, isn't it? That's why we're stood here. If we were going to manipulate images, we don't need to be here. We don't need to actually stand here. We could do it without taking a picture. We could use someone else's. It's just, yeah, it's all right saying it's 2021, but I believe the connection to the landscape, the sky, that is happening now is pretty special.
It is, to be fair. We've really come at the wrong day for me to argue my corner.
And the light is look at the light now on these, you know, on the new modern buildings is glowing, and just the difference.
Pretty special.
Yeah, matching a sky up to this at this moment, with being connected emotionally, getting excited as I do, getting worked up. Look at that! Look at the light! Look at that! Look at the clouds!
Well, look, let me throw another one at you then, okay? Let's just first of all get the elephant in the room out of the way. Now, you know yourself, you can go on social media. You're probably bombarded with them like I am. Buy 4K skies, buy 500 skies, whatever, for £25 or something, and therefore you've got a sky of your choice. You could take your boring, mundane picture and turn it into something quite fantastic if you're prepared to pay $25 or £25 for all these amazing, you know, bank of skies. But let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. Let's assume I don't want you to go down that road. I'm happy for you to swap skies, but with a sky picture that you've taken yourself. Now, it might not necessarily be at the same location, at the same time of day, at the same day, during the same conditions, but it's a picture that I've taken myself. Surely that's okay?
The disconnect. Where are you? You're not there, are you? It's a different time. Surely there's got to be some kind of connection again, where it's about the moment. It's about you taking the picture and being there while that sky was there. I know you're going to cut it, but I'll be honest with you, when you said that about using a sky from another moment, that's tough. That's a tough question.
You think?
Yeah, I think if you'd have kept it to the point where it's like you're using someone else's sky is blasphemy.
Yeah, but isn't digital photography manipulation to begin with? The whole thing. Undoubtedly, you, like me, will probably stand here now and take a picture of what it definitely does not look like. But you'll find that perfectly acceptable. The point I'm making is, the chances are you, like me, will shove a 10-stop filter on there. You'll turn that sea into an ice skating rink. It'll be a 4-minute, maybe an 8-minute exposure to blur the sky as well, because that's cool and that's trendy and that's fine arty. Why is that acceptable then? Because it's like painting with a paintbrush, isn't it? It's about the moment again. You're doing it from your imagination now in the field. You're not going back and just, it's willy-nilly. Look at that, Gary. We're missing this, you know. See, there's your reason. There's your reason now. We're jabbering, talking and reasoning and arguing. What's going?
Oh, get in.
Seriously, when we first turned up earlier on today, we want to photograph the skyline. We're opposite Liverpool, looking at the Liverpool skyline with the Liver building in the background, and everything looks fantastic. And there's this almighty, great big white ship there. And the first thing I thought of was, oh my God, that's just going to ruin the picture. But now it's going. How awesome is that? Let me explain where this has all come about, because I was travelling down from Scotland and we stopped at the Angel of the North. And I just got my camera out and I just took a few pictures of the Angel of the North, because I was with the wife and we were traveling back down. Could have still a cool thing, but the sky was really, really pants. So I remembered that Photoshop recently added a replace sky element into it. And I thought, well, okay, there's lots of software out there where, you know, you can replace skies and so on and so forth. And I've had a go of it and it looks pretty pants. I tried it with Photoshop and with the latest update. It's faultless, it's seamless, it's totally amazing, and it blew me away. So I did it and I had a play and I transformed an otherwise throwaway image into an image that I was super proud of. I've never done it before. I'm not really into swapping skies, apart from skies that I'll take myself at the same location, yeah, at the same time.
Yeah.
But I was blown away by it. So I thought, do you know what? Maybe it's a technique of the future. Maybe we'll all do it. I dare say, pretty much all the successful photographers, and I might be wrong, that are currently doing well on Instagram are probably all replacing skies.
But isn't there a fault with it? Isn't there a distrust, a disconnection? Isn't there like the idea that photography becomes so digitized that it doesn't need a human? So it didn't even need you to take that picture. It could have just grabbed an Angel of the North off the internet, grabbed another sky, put them together, and then you're an artist.
Well, you might be onto something there. Could have saved me a fortune.
So, yeah, well, the greener way, carbon neutral way.
Yeah, but you could say that about being a painter, because at the end of the day, you can be a painter, sit at home, download a picture, and then paint the Angel of the North sat in your front room, never having seen the place.
Yeah, but
that's not the same.
There's an amount of expression to that, though. You've got to choose the paint, choose the brushes, then you've got to perform. You've got to have the skills, the ability to be able to use the paintbrushes correctly. You couldn't just create that image. You've got to then, it be your way of expressing that image. Where I think if you're just taking an image, bringing it back and changing and manipulating parts of it, for me that becomes, you need a bibliography, if you like. You need a list of all the people, right, where you've borrowed that image from or that sky from, and give them credit, because it's not fair. You're getting other people's hard work and adding it to your image, and they don't know, they're none the wiser. And a sky would be harder to spot than say the full picture and putting your logo on it. you could get away with using a magnificent sky from Brazil, and that photographer would never know and be none the wiser, and you could be selling those images for £200, £300, £400 a print and saying, look at my image, it's magnificent. So there's got to be some kind of transparency and honesty in that image was produced by me, and
there's no transparency on social media, really. You know,
that's a problem, though.
I always tell people, don't judge your work on images that you find on Instagram, because I don't believe in most of the Instagram pictures. Doesn't mean to say I don't like the pictures I find on Instagram. You know, I can almost guarantee, and I don't know for sure because I don't know them all, but like I said earlier, I can almost guarantee that most of the well-known, or certainly photographers that have done super well on Instagram by allegedly traveling all over the world taking these amazing pictures, and I look at them and I'm the same as you, I almost guarantee it and think, wow, where on earth was that taken? But isn't it really strange how it's always taken, you know, and all of a sudden there's snow-capped mountains in the background and lovely flowers that probably only bloom in the summer, and there just so happens to be one pile of flowers right in the foreground and all the elements are perfect. Really? When do you go out and find all those perfect elements?
Yeah, and that's what I'm shouting about mostly, is that I feel that by doing that, you're subjected to these pictures of perfection, right. And when something looks so good and can become so mundane, right, is a travesty. To think that you've made this work of art that is unique, it isn't. There's thousands and thousands of these wonderful saturated images with light rays and sky replacements and flowers in the foreground that are pin sharp, and it almost becomes a movement of the thumb. Yeah, seen it. And if we had those images dropped on us, if we say travelled into the future, a younger Mally when I was 16, and someone showed me Instagram, my mind would blow, because I'd be like, wow. But now we just take it all for granted. There's no uniqueness to these images. They become almost like just eye candy. Is there any drama? Is there any theatre to their image? Is there any personality anymore in photography? Is sky replacements taking us and manipulating images taking us to a place where we're no longer connected and the fake? It's not right. It's not right.
But where's the connection when you remove elements of a picture? Do you or do you not remove elements in a picture? You do, and I can guarantee pretty much everybody watching now will remove elements of a picture, something that's distracting, or maybe that post is nice but it's not sat on the rules of thirds, so we're going to move it. I know I do. I remove horizons, I move land. If I think removing the land or removing or blending the horizon as I do in my fine arty stuff, if I feel that that makes the picture better, I don't care what other people think of my work. At the end of the day, I want to produce work that I'm happy with, and hopefully people will like it. If they don't like it, then that's perfectly fine. It's all subjective because it's art. But there's the word, Mally. There's the word. It's art. Art is art. Art is what you can get away with, to quote a very famous person.
It is, but there's got to be a certain amount of transparency.
Why has there got to be anything?
Do what you want. At the end of the day, do what you want. But I think there is a line though, where you're taking someone else's. That's where I worry, is that you're robbing someone of their creativity for your own means, to make yourself look better. Just the ease at which people can take someone else's hard-earned work and make it their own is wrong. Expression of being an artist is great, is fantastic. Yes, you should be experimenting and doing what you feel, but that is what makes you. It's when you're doing something that's not for you, it's for the audience. It's when you're doing something to please people and you get all these images that are just wonderful, but there's no connection. When I say there's no connection, it's no longer yours, it's someone else's. It's an amalgamation, a bastardisation of art, which is true. Yes, it happens.
Is there such a thing? Because if you use the word art, you can use any words before it or any words after it, it seems. Because art Art is anything.
You're supposed to be the bad guy here.
I am being I'm being a good guy, because I think not only can we, not only will we, not only should we, I think we all will start replacing skies. I might be wrong, of course, but let me throw another one at you. Two words, and this is super important, and I'd love to know how you're going to fight me back on this. 2 words: blue sky.
Love it.
Summertime.
Love it.
Turn up. The sky does not look like that. The sky is pure blue. Now, that's as bad as it peeing down with rain. When you open the curtains first thing in the morning, you think there's no way I'm going out in that. Because landscape photographers don't generally want a blue sky. But if you think, do you know what, I don't care what the sky looks like, I'm going to go out and get the picture, because by the time I finished being an artist with my imagery, the picture will look how I want the picture to look. So therefore, I'm no longer being lazy by turning back over again and going back to sleep.
But you're not using what's in front of you. You're not using your brain in the way how can I explain it? What you have in front of you is what the hand you dealt. It's how you deal with it. So to manipulate it is, oh, that's the answer. It's lazy, it's contrived, it's all throwaway. Oh, it's blue sky, just replace it after. There's no thinking, there's no deeper thought. Oh, well, it's really blue. You know, how can I use this colour? Look for objects in the landscape that mirror the sky. Maybe look at ways in which what you're seeing, it isn't how you want it. So look for something that appeals to you. Instead of just going, right, here's the shot, here's the composition, I'm taking this, I can replace the sky after. Forget the composition, walk round, look round, change your angles, change your thinking, keep using your eyes.
But that's not going to change the sky from pure blue.
It doesn't matter.
Pure blanket
so
grey.
We've got a teal building on the end. If this was completely blue now, say with a 400 lens, got real tight in, and emphasise the teal in that building with a very, very blue sky, would become really unique, would become something a bit special. Using 2 colours to just lift the scene and create something that's unique, something that's yours. And that's the key to what I'm saying. It's yours. At the moment that you're at the scene, you have to think of a way to make that image work that is aesthetically pleasing to yourself, not the audience. Aesthetically pleasing in a way that you will look at that and be proud and filled with pride that I've got that because I thought a little bit different. I looked at the scene a bit different and developed my eye to get the shot. Not, oh, I can just throw a sky in after, keep to this basic composition, or do what everyone else does, which is a bit like paint by numbers. Right, I've got here. So for instance, Charlie's Tree up Yorkshire. Lots of photographers take that picture with the stones in the foreground. I spent a bit of extra time, possibly didn't get as good a picture, not because I didn't do his composition, because I'm not Charlie Waite. I felt that I didn't get as good a picture because I'm not as experienced as him. I've not put the time in, I've not put the effort in, and that's where respect, that's where beginning to learn your landscape in different conditions, different skies, different lights, the way it's changing, seasonal, learning what flowers are in season, going back time and again, and putting effort in and real heart and soul into what you believe in that scene, what you want from that scene. Not just, oh, I can go now, I've only got this time now because we're all rushing round, I've got to get this picture now, I've got to get it on Instagram. I
think I definitely touched a nerve there. I definitely touched a nerve. But look, let's end it there. I think I've given a very solid argument in favour of swapping skies. You gave, in my opinion, a very mediocre opinion of why we shouldn't swap skies. And because it's my video, I think I'm definitely right and you're definitely wrong. But I'm happy to agree to disagree.
Oh, you can shove that. Come on, Gary. Give over, come on.
But everything I said was
to
right.
Disagree. Why do people always have to
never
say...
once come back at me and said, oh
you've
yeah,
got
but you're
to have
wrong.
an opposite opinion. You've got to have it. You can't agree to disagree. That's absolute nonsense.
No,
you've got to be in the
That's
moment.
absolutely rubbish.
You've got to be in the moment.
You're
You've got to be
nonsense.
emotional.
Listen,
You've got to show your passion for photography.
In the red corner, it's me, somebody who argued in favour of swapping skies. In the blue corner was Mally, who fervently opposed the idea. Right, we've had our say, but it's yours that really matters. Swapping skies, yes or no? Please let us know your opinion in the comments below.
I can't do this, it's too fucking hard.
Ready?
You can't put this in though. And I don't even know why I'm having this argument with him.
Pre-processing. Can't even say it, I'm so excited.
Which is fucking right.
Right, so clearly I've touched a nervous point. Hang on, nervous point?
Not doing it again. Don't put your hand. Don't put your hand in front of camera. So someone who's come from a Photoshop background.
Willy-nilly.
Willie's nillies.
So let me just conclude this video.
I bet it stopped, hasn't it?